Thoughts on the news about Spider-Man 4 and live-action Miles Morales movies being developed. If you haven't been paying attention, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse came out over the last few days, and thus the Sony producers are out on the press junket. They're being asked all kind of questions, and so naturally people are going to ask, what about Tom Holland's Spider-Man 4? What about Miles Morales? Do you have any plans for him in live action or anything like that? And we had updates on both of those fronts, where the higher-ups producers said, we are working on a Miles Morales live-action film. That's the whole announcement. There's not, here's the director, here's the release date, specifics. There's none of that. It's just, yeah, we are working on a Miles Morales live-action film. And then Tom Holland himself, it was his birthday this last week, actually, just a couple days ago. It's kind of funny. So he just turned 27. Tobey Maguire was 27 when Spider-Man, his first Spider-Man movie came out. So Tom Holland is only just now as old as Tobey Maguire was when he started as Spider-Man. That's just kind of funny the way that works out, and how the casting was pretty wonky with both Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield with their ages. But so Tom Holland said this week, yeah, that we're hard at work on the script, but everything's put on hold because of the writer's strike. So we're totally respecting them and what they're doing, but that means we're pushing pause on developing Spider-Man 4. But yeah, absolutely, we're working on it. And that's been the language that the producers and everyone has been saying, that they're cracking the story, and it's absolutely something they're planning on doing. Tom Holland himself joined in on all of that. So to the question of what are your thoughts on the news about Spider-Man 4 and live action Miles Morales, I don't think it's news that they're working on Tom Holland's Spider-Man 4, because they never claimed otherwise. No Way Home made roughly $1 bazillion. Of course you want to make another one if you're still making $1 bazillion. Sony has the rights to Spider-Man. Disney owns Marvel, has almost all the other characters. So Sony is in the business of Spider-Man and Spider-Man adjacent characters, all these wacky spin-offs. That's why we're getting Spider-Verse movies, Kraven the Hunter, Morbius, Venom, all this wacky stuff. But obviously Spider-Man is just, a new Spider-Man is printing money for them. Amazing Spider-Man 2 is considered this massive flop that was a disaster. It was still probably made like $700 million. That's a flop when it comes to Spider-Man. $800 million. That's a poorly performing one. So that they're making another one, no surprise there. Of course, you follow up hit movies with more hit movies. And they end No Way Home as not a cliffhanger at all, but like teasing the possibility. Look, he's finally in the Big Apple doing his thing. What do I think about a live-action Miles Morales film? I think we've reached the point in time where, yeah, we can move in that direction, and it'll be accepted by the public. I think you go back 5 years ago, comic book readers knew who Miles Morales was. Average Joes didn't. They like, Spider-Man is Peter Parker. What are you talking about? And so you look at the box office results for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, it was a little bit softer. It still was profitable. They obviously made a sequel. But the early numbers for Across the Spider-Verse, the Thursday night numbers were 4.5 times higher for Across the Spider-Verse than Into the Spider-Verse. That's not normal. Yeah, the sequel's more popular. That's multipliers. That is dramatically better. It's the second highest opening preview screening night ever for an animated film. It's the third best opening day for an animated film ever. That's a huge shift. And some of that is people love the first movie. Some of that is just the reputation. And a lot of that is that Into the Spider-Verse introduced Miles to the mainstream as this other Spider-Man. People went, oh, I like this guy. And then they put out a PlayStation game where he's the lead character. Now I'm playing a game as him. One more way in which he's in the mainstream. He's in Fortnite. So to like my kids, even this morning, I was watching my 4-year-old is just on the iPad watching some like animated little cartoons, and she was watching kind of the kiddie Spider-Man show that I guess is on Disney Plus, and it's Peter Parker, Miles, and Spider-Gwen hanging out. And that's become she's being raised on all three of them the way that I was just raised on Peter Parker. So it's becoming much more mainstream, and that means people want Miles Morales. And they laid the foundation to go in that direction. In Spider-Man Homecoming, you have Miles' uncle in the film, played by Donald Glover. Like, he's in it. He's an actor that is a big enough name that you bring him back. Like, you can put him back in Spider-Man, make him the Prowler, do that whole thing. You can do all of that and it'll work because he's a big enough name. It was weird that he was just in that one scene. So they've already laid the foundation to be able to do a Miles Morales film in the Tom Holland universe and have it work. So I'm totally on board with that. And even as we're talking right now, maybe that's the plot of Spider-Man 4. Both of them. I don't know. Just speculating there. Most of these clips are pulled from my weekly Patreon live stream. Join at any level and you can join the chat and ask all the questions you want. That's for as little as $2 per month. For $5 per month, you can get your name on my end card. For $25 per month, you can have a monthly video chat with me. Link is in the description for more details, and keep talking movies and TV too much.